fiend known as Franco. A transgression which she could never forgive herself for.
But you're willing to forgive her?
My love had no bounds. But she feared my feelings had waned and therefore sought the attention of a smooth-talking physician in order to make me jealous.
Oh, no, that must have been devastating for you.
But now you're here, and my pain has been eased, and for the first time, I have hope that my heart will, in fact, go on.
I really want you to listen to me. You cannot waste your devotion on me.
But you more than warrant my devotion.
No. What you need is real love in your life. Maybe the kind of love that you had with Maxie. Do you want her back?
More than anything. But my love was never enough for her.
Well, maybe you should just try harder. You know, what do you have to lose?
Stone Cold, do you think it would be wise to open my still healing heart up to the possibility of a reconciliation with Maximista?
I can't tell you what to do, Spinelli.
What do you mean you can't tell him what to do? I hear you telling him what to do all the time. So give him some good advice. Tell him what to do. The party was...
Look, Jekyll does not wish to be a source of strife between Stone Cold and the Divine One. Perhaps we should focus on things besides Maximista and her misgivings about our non-marriage.
Okay, that's a good idea. Can you hack into the Interpol mainframe again? I need to do a search.
Wait, you call this helping? You call this helping him with his personal life?
I can't tell him to go back to Maxie. It's got to be his decision.
For some reason, Spinelli thinks that you have some rare wisdom inside of you somewhere. So, just explain to him how, if you think you love someone, you shouldn't pass on it. I mean, you might not get a second chance with them.
Do you want to get back together with Maxie? If you do, you should.
I have a lot to think about, so...
Yeah. Can we talk about Alexander?
Yeah, as soon as I get back.
Where are you going?
I just have to run and talk to Dante really quickly.
For what?
Because I need to talk to him about what I told you the
Already
other day.
told him the truth. Yeah.
What?
He came by and you were upstairs and I told him what you told me.
Oh, okay. Why didn't you tell me about this already? Well, I need to go make sure he's okay with all of this.
Well... Hey, you should call Brenda, let her know you're down here.
Why?
She needs to see you. That the Balkan knows that Brenda killed his son. And he's not going to let up, and he's not going to keep sending an endless amount of guys to grab her.
He's going to switch it up. He's going to try a different approach.
And we have no idea what that's going to be. But you do understand that the situation is going to get worse.
Yeah.
So if you're holding back information, it could cost Brenda her life. Did anything else happen between the two of you I should know about?
As motivated as you are to end this Balkan mess, maybe even more so considering everything I've got to hide. But I don't want to put Brenda in any more jeopardy.
Yeah, but Brenda's always been volatile. And the harder she tries to cover something, the bigger the risk she'll lose it completely.
Lose what completely?
What, she didn't tell you that her mother had mental problems?
No.
Brenda and Sonny were supposed to get married.
Yeah, and he left her at the altar.
Yeah, and within 3 months she had a nervous breakdown. She had to be hospitalized. I married her because she thought she was going to go crazy.
She wanted you to take care of her.
No, she wanted me to put her in an institution where she wouldn't be a burden to anybody. She's not exactly confident in her own sanity. She breaks easily.
So what you're saying is if she tells the wrong person about Alexander, I could be facing criminal charges, lose my badge, all that stuff.
Right, and if she felt responsible for doing that, it would wreck her.
How do we proceed?
I don't know. We'll just have to wait for Spinelli to download all that information from the Balkans' cell phone. But in the meantime, you and Brenda need to talk. You need to get your story straight before somebody figures out what really happened in 2007.
Talk to Brenda about this. It'd be added pressure. Maybe it's best to leave her out of this.
No, you have to make sure you and Brenda's stories match. Okay, I'm not saying it has to be true, but it has to be consistent.
Oh, I'm touched. Jay, what are you looking out for me now?
No, I'm looking out for Brenda and Michael.
Yeah.
You know, but I have to say that you were stand-up when we went after Franco. But that doesn't negate turning in Michael.
Thanks. I thank you.
Yo.
That went better than expected.
Free and clear of anything that has to do with Johnny's car bomb. No matter, you know, I gotta tell you, no matter how many times I go through that, it's always
It doesn't get
nerve-wracking.
easier, so congratulations. I'm sorry I wasn't more available.
Well, you're protecting Brenda. That's important. The only person who had the power to keep me out of prison was Claire. She, look, I'd be in lockup, waiting for trial if it wasn't for her.
What happened exactly?
You know, Ronnie Domestico, he didn't go through the proper procedure to get the evidence against me.
What's Diana call that? Fruit of the poison tree?
Yeah, not admissible in court.
Guy's an idiot.
But it would have worked if Claire hadn't basically torched her career, which I don't like at all. Feds thought that they had a slam dunk against me. So I did the best thing for Claire, which I told her it's best that I don't see her at all.
That couldn't have been easy.
No. But I gotta tell you something, I'm gonna miss the hell out of her. I already know, I started to have feelings for Claire. She was great. I mean, she's sweet on the inside, tough on the outside, smart, funny. I felt good when I was with her.
Yeah, I saw that.
You know, when she let me in, she gave me all of herself, you know, all of who she is. I didn't have to, if I'd ask her a question or anything, or she would tell me how she felt right away. I didn't have to pry it out of her. She didn't get defensive. What am I trying to say? I don't know. We just felt like, you know, the ground wasn't going to crumble under my feet when I was with her.
That's good. It's important to know where you stand.
I know what you're thinking. Don't think I don't know what you're thinking. That she's a fad and I shouldn't have got involved with her in the first place.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's a risk, but there's a lot of risks. You know, Brenda, she always says that she was crazy when we were together, but so was I. I mean, I was addicted. I'd have died in Brenda's arms any night of the week. I don't want those extremes anymore, okay? I don't want it. I don't want the love and the pain and the anger and the whole ups and downs. One minute you think it's the greatest thing in the world, and then the next minute, you know, it's like a glass shattering on the ground. I don't want that for Brenda, and I don't want that for me. They're holding up.
She's okay, you know, a little ragged after 2 shootouts.
So what's the latest on the Balkan?
Balkan, well, he's not going to keep sending guys because his guys keep dying. So he's going to have to change things up.
Which means Brenda's in more danger. It would help to know why this guy is after Brenda. Has she said anything to you?
Yes, and that's why I know that he's not going away.
What's the story?
I can't say.
Why not?
Brenda asked me not to tell anyone.
Sure. Both know Brenda doesn't think clearly sometimes. She doesn't really want me to know what's going on. I depend on you to tell me the truth.
I know you do, but I gave her my word.
I understand that, but if there's a secret floating around that could hurt her, I need you to tell me.
It is difficult to protect as it is. If she doesn't trust me, it's going to be impossible.
I have power. I can influence people behind the scenes, right?
Yes.
If I know who I'm dealing with, I can
know.
do whatever it
I can't
takes.
answer the questions, Sonny. I wish I could.
I'm not asking you to choose. You got to protect Brenda no matter what, right?
Yeah, and I will. I'll do that.
You know what? At one time, I would have gone to Brenda and made her tell me, you know. Bullied her, charmed her, manipulated her, whatever it took.
See, Brenda has to deal with this in her own way.
It'd just be nice if you know, she could confide in me. But I can't do that if she doesn't let me.
It's
Go
really...
fight with Brenda?
I mean, sometimes the usual.
You know, she acts out when she's scared, you know. I know you're tired of me telling you what to do with her.
I mean,
but it's like I'm just trying to
It goes
help.
both ways. She's not exactly rational when it comes to you either.
She depends on you, and you know, even though she gets on your nerves, she knows you're the best person to protect her. That's why she made you her emergency contact.
Yeah, well, she said it was because she thought I wouldn't care if she died.
I need you to promise me, if you need any help, if she needs anything, come to me.
Yeah, well.
Dante, who turned Michael in. Hey, why don't you ever tell me anything? I mean,
I apprised the Divine One of the badged betrayer's true nature. She deserves to know of his heinous acts, starting with the callous rendering of young Michael to the pitiless grip of
Okay,
the...
shouldn't you be downloading cell phone information from the Balkans, man?
It's in progress upstairs.
Can you go check on it, please?
Yes, of course.
I can't believe that Dante sent Michael to prison. I mean, that must have been horrible for you.
Yeah, I wanted to kill Dante for what he did to Michael.
Well, I don't think someone should guard me, you know, that you want to kill.
I don't want to kill him anymore.
Why not?
Just, you know, I don't want to talk about it.
Why?
Because I don't.
Maybe there's something I can do to help.
The night that Michael went to prison, it was probably one of the worst nights of my life. We had tried so hard to protect him. You know, but the truth is, Sonny, Carly, and I, we were all responsible, not just for covering up how Claudia died, but, you know, for the life that we gave Michael.
Yeah, but you're not blaming yourself, are
Come
you?
on, let's face it, Michael has a life that I made for him. I mean, I wanted to show this kid the world. But instead, he went to prison.
And then you went to prison.
It's wrong.
For your kid.
It's
Who
wrong.
does
It's
that?
wrong. All of it is wrong. Michael pays every day for what I've done.
I wish I could tell you how bad I've messed up.
Even as bad as I did. I need to talk to you.
Well, I just started this job. I can't be talking to people unless they order something.
It's okay. My organization has an arrangement with Coleman.
So he pays you for protection. You must be very proud of yourself. Taking money from a working man.
Come on, I need to go over what happened when you were being held by the Balkans, man.
I already told you.
Yeah, well, tell me again. Now that you had a little time to think about it.
Why would I want to think about being kidnapped and smacked around? I already told you what I know. Leave it at that.
Look, you got closer to the Balkan than any of us. And what you remember could save a life. Maybe Lucky's.
They had no idea that I understand a fair amount of Croatian. They're pretty careless with the phone calls.
What'd you hear?
Not much that you don't already know. The Balkan wanted Brenda alive. He wanted to ask her something.
Or do you have any idea what that was?
None at all. I don't think the thugs did either. But they did get one call that was different. They're speaking in English, or at least trying to. It's pretty cryptic.
Could you tell what they were talking about? I mean, do you remember any names?
No, I did. Now that I think about it. Whatever they were talking about, it had something to do with a man named Jack.